Are you struggling to find customers for your side hustle? Don't worry, you're not alone. I've been there many, many times, and I'm going to talk about some solutions for you today. I'm going to talk about some exact ways that you can start attracting that won't cost you a nickel, okay? Uh, Sorry about the nerd look. These glasses are pretty. I wear contacts, and these glasses are probably 15 years old, and my prescription's changed. So I had to do this to crank it up for the progressive part, which is kind of the normal sight for me now. So I'm going to do this for today. I had to take off my contacts. But anyway, hope it doesn't bother you. I'm Greg Colosi, by the way. I am 68 years old. I've started 33 plus businesses in my lifetime, starting in June of 1980. Most of them did not make it. And you might say, well, then I guess you're a failure. Well, you'll find out if you've been doing this for a while that you hit once in a while, okay? And I went off and tried a lot of different things. And I only do things now narrowly, and my success rate is much higher. So I'm going to give that knowledge to you, that experience to you throughout all the videos that I create on this channel. So I learned the most from my failures. I call them setbacks. You really never fail unless you give up. So I can tell you 3 or 4 ways something will work, and I can tell you 6 ways from Sunday that it won't work. And those are the most valuable lessons. Success really teaches you nothing. So I've got the lessons. You don't have to go through it. And we're both wiser now because of our age, and we understand certain things. And one thing I can tell you about most is trust your gut, trust your instincts. The times that I did not, I was wrong. So trust your instincts. Okay, so we're going to talk about first, how to know your ideal customer, okay? The modern kids call it today an avatar, okay? But who is your ideal customer? Who is the person that's going to buy what you're selling for the side hustle that you have? By the way, if you've got a side hustle, tell me down below. Or if you're thinking about one, put it down below. And also, in the description, I've got a weekly newsletter that goes out and identifies and tells you everything I can about a certain side hustle each week and more things, more good stuff, okay? So just sign up down below. All I need is your email address, and we're good to go. You'll get one of those every single week, okay? So before you can find customers, you need to know who they are, what do they need, where do they hang out. The clearer you are about your ideal customer, the easier it will be to reach them, okay? Let me give you an example of some of my businesses and how I found my ideal customer, okay? I had a soup business during COVID. I made 2 soups a week, all from scratch, okay? The stock, whether chicken stock or beef stock or vegetable stock. And I used a lot of stocks, believe it or not, getting a little bit off the subject here, was tomato juice, because I can tomatoes every year and I save the tomato juice. Thank you, Cousin Vince. So the stocks were homemade, okay? Everything in it was homemade, everything. So they were absolutely delicious soups, and I didn't salt them at all, so people could salt based on the level that they liked. So when I was thinking about that, my wife was headed off to a, kind of like a Tupperware party. I think there were 5 or 6 of ladies there, girls there, her age. My wife is maybe when she was 60 years old. Okay, she's 65 now. And she went over with however many there were, 5 or 6 quarts of my famous Italian chicken soup. And she gave it away. And she had all their phone numbers so I could text them. And I text each one afterwards and say, how'd you like the soup? And would you like some? And put them on the list. And it grew from there. And I got about 70 people on the list. I'd sell about 50 soups every week. I didn't sell quarts, okay? The minimum I sold was a half gallon. and it was for like 35 bucks. Okay, so it wasn't cheap. But it was good. Okay, you definitely know it's homemade. And I put it in one of those glass jars. Okay, so it was kind of cool looking. After a while, I had a label on it with a caricature of me, Chef Gregorio. And so that's how I found mine, as I just people. Okay, so another idea that I had, but I never went after it because I got out of the food business. I realized uh, I couldn't get it to a point where I could step away from the cooking, and that's where I needed to get. Okay. But if I was going to stick with it longer, I had a couple other ideas. One of them was senior meals. Okay. As seniors, we have realized the importance of food, and that if you're really into it, we know that food is medicine. And when you get those kind of seniors, they just can't go buy that at the local grocery store. They can't go to a restaurant and get that. Okay, for example, just a simple meal. The oils they use make a huge difference. Seed oils they put in, and seed oils is made from garbage, okay? The only oils you should be using, and I don't want to get into this too strong, but olive oil for finishing and avocado or coconut oil for cooking. They have a high cooking point. Other than that, the rest are all garbage, okay? So you can sit down, you can take a morning, okay, with a senior couple, let's say, and this is this is the avatar or the customer you're going after, and you can sit down with them one morning a week, do the shopping ahead of time based on the week prior, and then charge them 150, 200 bucks to. This was my idea, okay, to cook for them, and then cook all the meals, freeze them, and put them in the freezer for that day. Do it in a half a day. Well, where do you find those people? Well, you probably have, and I'm working with someone right now to do this, okay? He's been a chef his whole life. Shout out to Chef Kale. And so you go to senior communities where they don't let anybody live there unless you're 55 years or older. No kids are allowed to live there. They have these places, and these are separate homes. Now, why am I saying the separate home ones? Because they got the cash, okay? They've afforded to buy this good size home in this community, and it's not cheap, okay? Now, another reason you want that is that once you get into this community with one person, it's probably going to spread like wildfire. And then you could even get on the newsletter inside. You can have that person call. They've all got newsletters, okay? And most of these communities are tied up with one of those senior facilities that has a kitchen, and they can cook for them too. But that food is garbage, okay? It's got the seed oils and all the other crap that goes along with it. It's one step up from, and and I'm not talking about all of them, okay? But I'd say most of them, 80% of them, it's one step up from hospital food, which we know is horrible, okay? I don't want to get into how horrible it is, okay? Since I'm an amateur chef, by the way. They call me Chef Gregorio. So anyway, that's an idea. Okay, another business, an avatar, okay? Your ideal customer for dog sitting. Somebody that's got dogs. What percentage of people have dogs? I haven't Googled it, but I bet you it's over 50% people have dogs or a pet, a dog or a cat. Okay, it's pretty popular. Where can you start? Right in your own neighborhood. Okay, and if you live in a senior neighborhood, you can start in your own senior neighborhood. Or maybe they do that now because they do. You're right. You don't need dogs sitting there, but you might need some dog poo-poo pickup in those areas, and you could contract with the management because they're all cutting the lawns. But anyway, go to neighborhoods right close by. Your kids live around. Go in their neighborhoods, or go to neighborhoods right around wherever you live, okay? You probably don't live in a senior community, so go to the houses around, leave them a flyer, okay? Start close, okay? You're going to find out you don't want to travel. You want to compact everything. When I had my dry cleaning pickup and delivery company, we compacted our customers. So if we go in a neighborhood of 100 houses, we had 20 of them, where other cleaners only had 2 or 3. And that's very, very inefficient. And when you're in that neighborhood a lot, people see you a lot, others become customers in those neighborhoods. So think about your ideal customer, or today they call it an avatar, okay? Think about that first. And then do not be afraid to go spread the word, okay? Don't be afraid to go spread the word. Okay, use your network, friends, and family. We just talked about that. Your community can be your biggest supporters when you're starting out. Let them all know about your side hustle. Now, if one is not distance dependent, just let it go. Throw it on Facebook, whatever. But you want to be cognizant of, depending upon what your side hustle is. I mean, if it's delivering, if it's walking dogs, you don't want to drive 30 minutes to get somewhere to walk a dog for 15 minutes, okay? You don't want to do that. Or if you got a client somewhere else or a customer somewhere else, you want to then drop flyers off to all the doors around that, okay? If you're considering any of these side hustles or any more, leave me a comment down below, and I'd love to hear about it, okay? And if you don't know what to do, ask me, what should I do, Greg? And I'll give you some ideas in the comments down below, okay? So here are some script examples to help you talk about your business. When you share what you do, keep it short and clear, like, I help people organize their homes in just a weekend. So you can tell very easily what business you're in, okay? You're in the organization business. Now, they might say, gee, can you specialize in organizing closets? What do you say? Yes. Can you organize just my kitchen cupboards? Yes, I can. So, very simple. Sometimes they call those elevator speeches. Back in my day, it's short. If you get on an elevator, somebody says, what do you do? And boom, you got an elevator speech, just like that, okay? I make and deliver 2 different soups every week. What do you do? I make 2 soups a week, and we deliver those, all from scratch. I would add that. And then if they're interested even more, then you go into it a little bit more. I walk and babysit dogs and cats. I plan healthy menus for seniors, and I cook it for them. I cook a week's worth for them. And another side benefit to that business is you sit them at the counter and you visit with them for 3-4 hours, okay? So they get some social interaction on top of that, okay? And that goes a long way of recommending you to all their neighbors. Okay, let's talk about, this one. I help seniors eat better and lose weight, okay? And you get the gist of it. You get the gist of what I'm talking about. So something nice and simple and easy. If you got a challenge with that, tell me what you do down below, and I'll write a simple elevator speech for you. I'll get it way down for you, okay? Okay, let's leverage social media. Hopefully you're on Facebook. If you got grandkids, you're probably on Facebook. Depending upon what your side hustle is, just tell everybody about it, okay? Boom, that's it. It's that simple. Have your kids tell everybody. Tag all your kids, tag all your friends, and call them on the old phone, which we do as seniors, and say, hey, okay, I've tagged you in this. Can you just let it go to all your people? Okay, maybe you can add something to it, okay? So it's a gold mine for connecting. It's cheap, doesn't cost you a nickel, don't have to get into any of those other things. It gets you started. Let it go, okay? Let it rock and roll. Also, what's great for Facebook, okay, are success stories, tips, before and after pictures, testimonials. Those are all great ways. And know what you can do is then you can take somebody that's interested, needs more information, get them over to your Facebook page, and they take a look at your testimonials, okay? How do you do that? Ask a teenager or ask your kid. We're not going to get into it on this video. If you'd like a video on how to do that, leave it in the comment down below and I'll consider doing one. Okay, do not underestimate the power of local groups, clubs, and events, okay? If you're part of you go play bingo every week with a group of people. You go to the community center in town. Spread the word. Make a brochure and spread the word. Don't know how to make a brochure? Get a teenager, one of your grandkids, one of your kids to do it for you, okay? It's about time you accessed them. You've given all your life. Now tap them for helping you with your business. And you know what? They're going to be excited about it. There's always somebody in the family that's really good at this, okay? Always somebody in the family that's really good at graphics or knows where to find graphics, okay? Everybody's got a guy, okay? You got a guy to cut the lawn. You got a guy to do this. If you're handy, you're the guy, okay? If you're not handy like me, I got a guy to do everything, okay? And I got a buddy that's got he owns a bunch of apartments. He's got guys up the yin-yang. So when I get stuck, I call Jerry, and Jerry's got a guy for me. So you got a guy, you got a kid, let's call it that way. You got a kid that can do any of these things. Okay. Now, we talked about this in one of my businesses. Sometimes offering a free sample goes a long way. So, free samples like food, soup that I gave, maybe with this, with the senior meals, okay, you go and you buy the food, you do it the first time for nothing to see how they like it, okay, and let them choose from there. Most people at that age, in that stage of life, are not going to jack you around, okay? In every single business that I start, the first customer is the most difficult, okay? And I severely discount for the first customer. That's just the way that I do it. And it works, okay? It gets you started. So with the senior thing, normally you charge $150, $200. Maybe you charge $25 and make it clear to them that you normally charge $150, but this first time I'm going to do it for $25. So $25 is not a big deal to cook all the meals for a week in front of them, okay? So please, that first customer is the most difficult. You're not giving away. And I've been on YouTube looking at things. Some of the most incredible marketers do the same thing. They came to the same conclusion, okay? That first customer is the most difficult. You gotta do something to get that first customer, okay? Word of mouth marketing, we talked about that today. It flows, baby, but you gotta promote it, okay? You gotta promote it. Hey, who do you know? Go into your address book. Go into your Rolodex. I'm dating myself, but you all know what I mean, okay? Give me 5 names. They're just going to give you the names. The kind of things that we're doing, they're just going to give you the names, okay? Okay, now it's your turn. You've got to try one of these strategies this week, okay? If you have a side hustle right now, try one of these today. Like right now. As soon as you get done hearing me talk, start. Do something, okay? Do a mind map, let's say, okay? I take a piece of paper, I write a circle in the middle of what it is, and I write all these little lines, and I put little cloud bubbles around them, and I write what I'm going to do. Start that today, okay? Don't say, gee, I'll start tomorrow. That never works, okay? Mañana never works. Start it right now after this video, okay? Take a picture of it and show it to me in the comments down below. Okay, don't forget, sign up for our newsletter. One new side hustle every single week. As much as I can tell you about it, I will, and some other things. Every single week, doesn't cost you a nickel. Thanks, make it a great day, and you go out and make it happen. I know you can. Bye.